Welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. Now, today originally was supposed to be a day of rest. I wasn't going to upload. I was going to give you some uploads tomorrow, guys. But of course, with Barcelona, the news never stops. And believe me, there's no time for rest right now. There's been an official announcement tonight, and a big one at that. And we're going to kick straight off with that. We're going to kick straight off with Antoine Griezmann, who is officially 100% official now, confirmed by Atletico Madrid themselves. He will be leaving the club this summer. It's confirmed. Griezmann this afternoon has come out. There's been meetings. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And now it has been announced officially. Griezmann, after 5 years at Atletico Madrid, will be leaving. He's posted a video on their social media. He's been speaking about his time there. He's been thanking the fans. And he'll be leaving Atletico this summer. As of right now, it's very, very important to stress no destination has been officially confirmed to where Griezmann is going. But of course, if we're looking at the reports, if we're looking at last summer and now this summer, everything points to Griezmann signing with Barça. All that's left now is the negotiations which have been ongoing. We've got a personal agreement with Griezmann. Everything it's on its way. Everything points right now to Griezmann signing with Barça. It seems like this time round, it's actually going to happen. And I want to start first of all because yesterday, of course, in my news roundup video, there was a report in Spain that I brought to you guys that basically said that Atletico were really trying to push this move. They want it to happen. They were trying to get him to announce it publicly so they could get on really with their summer. And that's exactly what happened. Today, Atletico Madrid board met with Griezmann himself. They said, look, do you want to leave? Is it true? Do you want to leave us this summer? If you do want to go, just tell us now. Let's be honest. Let's get it out there. Let's announce it publicly and we can all get on with our summer plans. And Griezmann here and now has said, yes, I want to go, and now it's official. He is going to be leaving this summer, and like I say, it does point right now to Barcelona signing him, and I would say actually it's pretty close right now to actually being agreed. What I would say though is at this stage though is that Barcelona are quite keen on negotiating with Atletico Madrid instead of actually paying outright the Griezmann buyout clause. The buyout clause right now stands at 120 million euros for Antoine Griezmann, 28 years old of course. That is a big amount of money, and Barcelona right now, they want to negotiate with Atletico Madrid, but what they also want to do is try and keep the relationship between the two clubs, which has been a little bit difficult at times over the past few years. They want to try and strengthen that again, so they're going to go to Atletico and they're going to try and talk something out and find a deal really that suits both sides. As of right now, Mundo Deportivo say that Barcelona will make their first offer to Atletico Madrid of 100 million euros up front, straight there, bang on the table, with another 20 million euros then in variables for Antoine Griezmann. So they're going to offer a fee that could reach 120 million, but it won't be his buyout clause. It'll be 100 up front and then 20 million more in variables. And according to MD, Eric Abidal, of course, our sporting director, another French international who could be joining Barca in Griezmann, and apparently Abidal is really key in this deal. He's been at the forefront in all the negotiations. He's actually spoken as well personally to Antoine Griezmann and he wants to play him here. Another man, according to MD, who's been really key in this deal is Bartomeu. The president himself has been leading this charge for Griezmann. He still wants to sign him even after last summer. Bartomeu, in the months after that, said, look, it's water under the bridge. He's not letting last summer cloud his judgment. He wants to go and sign Griezmann, and he's made it very clear he is the man we need this summer, and he's willing to go as high, really, as 120 million euros. Now, according to a number of sources in Spain right now, Griezmann has been our first target and our first choice striker for a number of months. We have looked at the forwards as well. Lacazette has been mentioned, also Luka Jovic. Apparently, though, the board have gone with Griezmann for the following reasons. Number one, price, which is, for me, a bit questionable, but price is on the list. Talent, of course, proven talent, proven quality at the very top level. We've seen it in La Liga, we've seen it in the big European competitions as well, and also La Liga experience has come into it, and versatility. That's going to be very interesting, and something I'm going to talk about in videos to come, about Griezmann not only playing there as a number 9, not only playing as a centre forward, but also somebody who is versatile. He can go out wide, he can play wide if he needs to in certain areas of the game, certain parts of his game. He's got that pace, he can get around the pitch. That's really important, I feel, to be flexible in the Barcelona team. And as of right now, like I say, Griezmann to Barca very much looks on the cards, very much looks like happening. And even after last summer, it really did hurt the way that Griezmann turned his back on us. It seemed like he was going to join, everything that was there on the table. He could have come in, and you know, to be honest, he could have made a big difference this season to our team had he signed, not only for us, but also in terms of him. He's won nothing this season. He could have been walking away with a La Liga title, maybe even a Champions League title, had he joined us last summer, and that certainly hurts. He was booed, of course, at the Camp Nou earlier on this season. Atletico Madrid fans were very happy happy with him. Now, of course, that's all going to change. Atletico Madrid, I've no doubt at all, are going to be very, very unhappy. The fact they thought he was going to stay and actually build something in Atletico, but no, he wants to leave now. And of course, Barcelona fans, we whistled this guy, we booed him. Now he could end up in our starting 11 as a very, very key player for our team. But as I always say, with football fans, we can sometimes have very short memories. If he goes out there in a Barcelona shirt, scoring some goals for the Barcelona in the big games, we're all going to forget that very, very quickly, and I'm sure Griezmann will be very, very anxious and very, very eager to endear himself to the Barcelona fans as quickly as he possibly can. And I've got no doubt at all, if he does sign, we're going to hear, I'm sure, from him a long interview, a big statement discussing last summer, going over that, probably apologising, I think, to the club for the way that it all happened, and I think eventually he will sign for Barcelona, no doubt about that. Griezmann officially leaving Atletico. When's he going to come to Barca? Is it going to happen this time? We should find out very, very shortly indeed. But if he does sign, we've got a big, big striker there coming in to challenge Suarez, and most importantly, somebody there who can hit the ground running and make an immediate impact. But what I want to say right here and now, guys, in this video, we're going to be talking about transfers, of course. I want to talk here about the full picture. And what I would say right now is, if Griezmann is coming in, I'm going to talk now about Matthijs De Ligt. And the reason for that is, also, that signing, according to Rack 1 last night, is now only days away from becoming official. Ajax's season officially ends on Wednesday. They're going to wrap up the Eredivisie title. They pretty much won that already, but for some goal difference issues, they are going to be massive league champions. A massive win for them, no doubt about it. De Ligt is going to be champion, much like De Jong, before he looks like joining Barca. De Ligt right now, again, with that deal, everything is done, everything has been signed, the personal terms are very much agreed, even though he's got a few complications with his agent Raiola, all of that will be sorted, and he will, according to Rack 1, become officially a Barcelona player within the next few days as well. And much like Griezmann, you look at the Barcelona board, according to sources as well, Rack 1 also saying the same, that Bartomeu has been heavily involved also in this transfer himself, as has Eric Abidal. Both of those two big individuals, of course, of the board, they actually travelled to Amsterdam to actually meet with Ajax and negotiate the deal face to face, man to man, of course, looking at that deal, looking at what we can do to really bring him in, to get that one over the line, much like they did really with Frenkie de Jong. Then, of course, PSG were interested. Suddenly the Barcelona board flew to Amsterdam. They made sure they were thrashing out the deal, getting Ajax really the terms they wanted, but also getting ourselves the player. And that also has happened with Matthijs De Ligt, and now it does seem as though Griezmann and De Ligt are going to be on their way to Barcelona in the very near future. What I want to say about that is, though, you look at those two players, Griezmann around 120 million, Matthijs De Ligt anywhere between 70 to 90 million euros. You look at those two there, that is going to cost us, along with De Jong, which is another 75 million, at least there, 200 million euros for De Ligt and Antoine Griezmann, at least 200 million euros. You look at that there, we're going to have to sell players. No question about that. We are going to have to sell not only one player, not only two players, but we're going to have to see this summer some serious departures. We're going to have to get as much money in as we possibly can, and I think that was really portrayed this morning. It clearly said here, Coutinho for Griezmann, basically stating that in order to sign Griezmann, in order to bring him in and make that signing, somebody has to leave. Coutinho is the man who can bring in some big bucks. We spent a lot of money on him. We're going to try and get some of that fee, of course, back, as much of it as we possibly can. But an interesting report here from France came out today from Paris United, who are usually quite good when it comes to PSG and their transfers. It actually says here that Neymar has gone to PSG, and he's actually trying to convince them right now to go out this summer and sign his friend and countryman Felipe Coutinho from Barcelona, which is very, very interesting indeed. Neymar there, of course, leaving in a bad way, but maybe they're doing us a favour if we can get a big fee there for Felipe Coutinho, who does seem right now to be on his way out at Barcelona with those key names coming in. Also, some quick news on Jasper Cillessen, because obviously in the past few days I've been saying that it's pretty much done between him and Benfica. They've agreed the personal terms. All that's left now is Barcelona and Benfica there to agree that fee to allow him to go there. However, right now that has stalled simply because Benfica's first offer, and I'll say this right now, Benfica's first offer, 10 to 15 million euros. 10 to 15 million euros for a goalkeeper as Jasper Cillessen's quality. That is a nonsense offer right there. If you want to offer that, just walk away, because that is nowhere near enough there for a goalkeeper of his stature. He's a really top keeper. Just because he's a backup here doesn't make him any less good. Barcelona, according to reports, want around 30 million euros, which I have to say there, even 30 million does seem a bit cheap for Cillessen, and we do need every single euro. Like I said before, we need to get those player sales, and every player that we sell, we need to get really the maximum amount of money that we can for them, to really bring in that kind of money, to ensure really that we're not overspending. We don't want to put the club in financial trouble. We don't want to be taking out loans, things like that. Let's balance the books here. If we're going to bring big players in, we have to sell as well to really balance things and make sure that things are moving smoothly. But Benfica right now, still interested in Cillessen, but that offer there, it's going to have to go up, no doubt about it. And Sport, just to clarify here, have said that Grimaldo, the player of course from Benfica, left back that we may or may not be interested in, he was not discussed in any stage of the Cillessen negotiations. So just to put that one out there and wrap that one up. But ultimately, guys, Griezmann leaving Atletico Madrid, definitely this summer. That is official. He's not yet coming to Barcelona, as we know, but that could happen any day now. And exactly the same for Matthijs De Ligt. Everything is done. Everything looks good. We should be seeing those two players in the colours of Blaugrana next season. And that, for me, would certainly be very exciting. And tomorrow, we will be having a video looking at where they fit in, looking at how our team will look, how it'll shape up, how it'll alter really what we can do out on the pitch. That is going to be very, very interesting indeed to discuss. I hope that you enjoyed this sort of quick video, guys. I've made this one up here. I saw the news. I wanted to bring you something. Didn't want to have that day of rest. I couldn't let that pass with this big news coming out. Thank you, as always, for watching. I'll see you tomorrow, guys, with some more videos. But until then, as always, Visca El Barça.